What's up, everybody? You know how we get down over here on this channel. We talk about the new methods, we talk about the new scams, we talk about the new bank methods, the new bank scams, the dark world, the dark web. We talk about everything and anything that's going on in today's world that has a lot of people trying to get in where they fit in and make hundreds and thousands, if not millions of dollars. And there's also a lot of people trying to get in this world. It's getting a lot of jail time. Now, people ask me all day, every day, what's a method for this? A lot of people want to do some type of check method. A lot of people want to do some type of credit card method. But a lot of people really don't understand what's really going on in the dark world when it comes to scams, fraud, and cybersecurity in general. Now, when people see somebody with a lump sum of money, they automatically think they're doing some type of scam, some type of fraud, some type of method that's allowing them to generate this type of money. And scams and fraud are not the exact same thing. Scammers, fraudsters, and hackers are not the same people. They don't do the same things. Scammers are people that basically social engineer, manipulate, or trick other people into sending their own money. Fraudsters are people who utilize other people's information to gain some type of revenue or get money. And hackers are people who basically compromise and steal or get information via private information that can get loans, credit cards, like they can do anything and everything out here, right? And make revenue, et cetera, et cetera. So those just like a basketball team. You got your point guard, your shooting guard, your small forward, your power forward, and your center. They're all playing basketball on the same team, but they all have different positions and they do different things. And a lot of people don't understand that. So scammers, fraudsters, and hackers are not the same people. They don't do the exact same things, but they're in the same world. So for scammers, they got their own methods. Fraudsters, they got their own methods. Hackers, they got their own methods, and people don't understand that. So the main thing when people see somebody with some money and talk about scams or whatever, they think they're even doing some type of bank scam, some type of check scam, or some type of credit card scam. Now, when it comes to real fraud, when it comes to real money making methods, it's going to generate from or stem from the technology world. Why is that? Because everything in today's world is generated from technology. Everything that we use is generated from technology, from computers, laptops, iPhones, Androids. It doesn't really matter. Everything that we use and everything that we do in today's world is generated from technology. Wi-Fi, street lights, getting into our houses with key fobs. Everything is based and surrounded around technology. And the real money making methods stem with technology. So think about this, right? Technology. How does technology make so much money? Well, due to technology, you have AI, you have Chat GPT, you have these new applications where you can send, receive, and store money, which I call fintech or third party bankings. Now, a lot of people don't understand money is being transmitted all day, every day through signals and waves and tunnels and blockchains. No physical currency. There is no physical currency being transferred that much in today's world. Most people either get checks or most people are getting direct deposits. Most people are getting cash out to cash out, Venmos to Venmos, Chimes, Apple Pays, etc., etc. There's no form of physical currency being transmitted in today's world as much as it was 10, 15, 20 years ago. Most money, most people are receiving their money digitally or in checks. Most likely it's going to be digital, right? When I mean digital is a direct deposit, a cash app, one of those transfers, right? So you got to think about it. When these transactions are being performed, what is the method that is creating this e- encrypted information that will tell this other application that $1,000 is being sent, $500 is being sent, 250 is being sent. And this is where tokenization and all these other things play into part. And all of these things were generated and created by man. Man created technology. Man created all of these signals, all of these waves, all of these transmissions and tokenizations and everything for us to be able to utilize and make it easier for us to send, receive funds, right? Especially for businesses, especially for common day use. People don't have time to go to a Walmart. People don't have time to go to a Western Union or MoneyGram et cetera, or a bank every day to send people money. So they came up with these applications. So they had to physically figure out what is the transmitter, what is the process that is, what signal is being sent through these signals and databases, HTTPs, DNSs, that is encrypted, that says there is 500, there is $1,000, there's $10,000 being sent from this platform to the next platform, from this banking app to the next banking app. What is being credited? So they did their research and then they figured it out. So due to the world evolving, due to the world being in a place where they're making it easier, or they want to make it easier for people to do certain things, those same things are allowing the scammers and the fraudsters to be able to commit their methods even easier due to the evolution of the world. So now the world has Chat GPT. Chat GPT does everything for everybody. You can go to Chat GPT and ask it any question, it's going to give you an answer. You can go to Chat GPT and have it create you a picture. You can go to Chat. Everybody's using Chat GPT to create thumbnails and pictures nowadays. You can go to Chat GPT and have it create you a script for a movie or whatever. You can go to Chat GPT for anything, right? And due to the Chat GPT having a source and a code, meaning that somebody coded this website, this platform for it to be able to do these things, people get the code sources to these different platforms and then they jailbreak. Now, people have been jailbreaking softwares for the longest. I'm talking about for the past 10, 15 years, people, before all of this was going on, people would jailbreak phones. And when you jailbreak a phone, it's opening up portals, it's opening up gateways to different mods, different APKs, different APIs to get different applications that would be blocked if it wasn't jailbroken. So now you can get all these different things and do more things that you normally could do, but these jailbreaks also come with bugs, come with technical issues. And what people have figured out is, okay, this is the same code, this is the same method that you can create a website with. So, and you can, if you know what you know where to go to get the source code for any website, any application. It does not matter what it is, what it is. You can get any code source for any application, meaning that you can get the whole source code that they use to create this application. And what scammers, fraudsters, and people in the cyber world are doing is they're getting these source codes for these Chat GPT sites, and then they're jailbreaking the source code. Now they have fraud GPT sites. And with these fraud GPT sites, they are, see, just like Chat GPT will get any information for you, if it's a good fraud GPT site, it'll get anything for the scammer or the fraudster. If the scammer or the fraudster wanted to get free CCs, CVs, dump schools, pins, any of this information, why would it be able to do this? Because people have to understand all of our information, all of this information is in one big world, which is called the Matrix. There's there's only one database, there's only one server, there's only one matrix, and everything goes into these things. Like all of our information, every time we save anything in the computer, or every time we give a company our information, or anytime we do these things, giving our information is going into this matrix. Every business in the world, everything that we store on the internet, everything is in this matrix. And by everything being into this matrix, with the right source codes, on these fraud GPT sites, a fraudster or a scammer will possibly be able to get free information without having to go to a site, without having to go buy or spend Bitcoin on these things. Now, understand, most good fraud GPT sites on the dark web are not free. They're going to cost. Most people want everything and anything in their life to be free. It's not going to happen like that. You got to spend some money to make some money in life. It doesn't matter what it is. And a lot of people don't get a chance to get on these sites because one, they think everything is a scam, and then two, they're cheap. Most people in the world are cheap, so they're not trying to pay $50, $100 to be able to access this matrix that holds all the information that's ever been stored in a database, in a system, in a network, right? So there is a place on the dark web. It's called the Backroom Trap. Now, the Backroom Trap basically has anything and everything for you. It's called the Backroom trapped. Now, like I tell you guys all the time, dark websites are not www.blah.blah.blah.com. No, they're encrypted addresses, like Bitcoin addresses with .onion at the end. So onion sites cannot be posted on the clear net. That's why a lot of times people have a hard time finding real dark web sites because they can't be posted. It makes it harder for people who have these sites to promote their site on the clear net, because that's mainly where most people are. Most people don't understand how to surf or get on the dark web, so it makes it harder for people to really promote their dark web site. So dark websites are not www.blah.blah.blah.com. They're long encrypted addresses with .in at the end. And a lot of people just don't get that part when it comes to using Tor browser and VPNs and things like that. So the backroom trap. Now, there are, like I told you guys, these fraud GPT sites can do anything. It can get you free information. It can create you a dark web website, etc., etc. And the backroom trap has almost anything that you could think of: glitches, loads, methods, GPT sites, the best GPT sites, videos, red rooms, places where they sell narcotics, etc., all on this place. I'm talking about it's top tier dark world. I mean, the loads they're giving you this options where you can create your own load, create your own glitch. It walks you through the process of what's being done. Um, It shows you different GPT sites for different things. It might say that this is best for this and this is best for that. Um, it create ransomwares and malwares, softwares for people or scammers or fraudsters who are looking to do ATM jackpotting. This back room, this backroom trap is probably one of the best sites that I've seen in a long time, because it basically has everything in one, and I can tell that whoever created this site has a lot of knowledge. And if it doesn't have, now, like I told you guys before, due to it being sites that create sites, I mean GPT sites that will create GPT other sites and people mimicking other sites, you're going to have some fake backroom trap because how popular it is. Now, if it doesn't say reality and nowhere to go, if it says between reality and nowhere, that's the right one. All of them doesn't say that. You have to make sure it says between reality and nowhere. The backroom trap between reality and nowhere. If it says that, that's the right site on the dark web. And basically, once the scammer or the fraudster will go on there, they will pick what they're going to do, pay the amount of Bitcoin that they wanted to pay, and it'll basically break down the instructions on what's going on. Because a lot of people don't understand that a lot of things that's going on in the tech world and the dark web is generating the most money. Cash app loads, these glitches that people are doing are real. And a lot of people are so simple minded, so broke minded, so got a hater mentality that they don't want things to be real. Listen, if it was created for it to be possible for somebody to send and receive and store money, what else do you think is possible? What do you think is being like transmitted? Like, people are figuring out what these transmitters are, these tokenizations, and they're creating their own. Like, technology is real, and people don't understand technology, so they think everything is fake. Well, you use technology all day, every day. When you send somebody cash up or you want to receive a cash man, that's all technology. Think about it. What's the process that's having this being done? Technology is allowing people to scammers or fraudsters to get certain information the easier than they ever have been able to get information before. Technology is the number one tool in life. It can make or break people. Technology is the reason why there are even scammers or cybersecurity that even exists. Technology is why Chat GPT and AI even exists. Like, without technology and man-made and without man, none of this will even exist. So don't you think if man created a passage way for you to send and receive money different states just through technology, what else do you think is going on? But there's so many broken minded people out there, so many broke immature minded people out there, so many people that has no knowledge, has no awareness, that thinks everything is fake. Do you think you got people out there that think these methods is 1, 2, 3, here go 50, 60, $100,000? This is technology. This world that people are in is not for everybody. this world that most these people are in to make money, you gotta talk a certain way, act a certain way, think a certain way to be somebody who could be successful in that world. And that's just what it is. That's like you seeing 100 people drive a truck 1,000 miles, and everybody who finishes it getting $1 million. You've never drove in a truck. You don't got your CDLs or nothing before, but you see everybody else doing it, and you just think it's like, oh, that looked easy. It's just driving a truck. And then you try to get the truck. You don't know how to start, don't know how to do nothing, and then you get mad and be like, oh, that's a scam. This is a scam. This is fake. It's not real. Ain't no way these people doing it. No, and that's what the type of mind that most people do. That's the type of mind that most people got. But turn around and use technology all day. Turn around and want somebody to send them a Cash App, send them a Venmo, send them a PayPal, send them anything. And man is the one who created it and made it possible for you to even do it. So people got to really start thinking they utilizing their brain and start thinking like most scammers, most fraudsters, real fraudsters are not going into banks. They're not doing credit card fraud, debit card fraud. No, they're utilizing technology. For example, I mean with the Hellcat. He was doing technology fraud. He wasn't out here doing messing with banks. No, he was doing technology fraud, stealing Wi-Fi, stealing databases, stealing servers, creating boards that will stream movies and different channels for free if you have this board, and made $40 million off of that. Made hundreds of millions of dollars off of that without without touching a bank, without doing anything with that type of stuff. Technology fraud is a multi-billion-dollar industry. But most people don't know that because they have the wrong knowledge. I mean, it's okay to be aware of what's going on in this real crazy world that we all living in. It's okay to learn about the different methods from scams and frauds and cybersecurity because you want to be aware. You want to be safe. But for people to think everything is fake, nothing is real, and there's so many people out here making money, wake up and smell the juice because it's billions of dollars being generated on a daily basis. People are messing with these banks. People are messing with technology. Real people in that world really aren't messing with checks and all that glass, what y'all call it. No, it's a real deal, Holyfield, different world out there, and it's with technology. So it's really getting real with these chat GPT or these fraud GPT sites. The back room trapped between reality and nowhere is the legit site. Do not get tricked by the fake sites. And once I said, once you go in there, there's different things, different options that they have for people. You can go in there and just observe, be on there and just look at what's going on. Like I said, I can't control anybody, what they do. I'm not a puppet master. Everybody has their own life. You all guys are adults. I'm not telling anybody to do anything illegal or anything like that. But whatever goes on in your life is what goes on in your life, man. I can't. It's getting real out here. People are in certain situations where they need quick, fast cash, and they trying to find ways. And some people find ways that they never would have thought they would have been able to find. So make sure you guys are staying more safe. Make sure you guys are staying more cautious, being more aware of what's going on in this real crazy world because technology fraud is on the rise. A lot of money is being generated with technology fraud, and a lot of people are becoming victims of technology fraud. So just stay more safe, stay more cautious, and be more aware because a lot of money is being pushed out and it's starting to come. All right, so it's a billion different YouTube channels out there on YouTube, but you decided to be here with me. So with that being said, I see you at the next method. I see you at the next lesson or live. Peace.